Hi, it's Maya here with my April TBR. I thought it would be a good idea to make an actual TBR video since I'm planning to take part in 2 readathons in April, Tour.comathon and Tome Topple. Let's go through Tome Topple first because I'm only going to try to read one book for that. So this is a readathon all about reading books over 500 pages. It was created by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes and it has also a lot of co-hosts. And this year it runs from April 15th to April 28th, so that's 2 weeks. And the book that I'm going to be trying to read for this is a book that I've owned for a long while. It's an ebook and it's The Curse of Chalion by Lois McMaster Bujold. And this is like a court intrigue high fantasy novel. My edition is 512 pages, and the description says, Kasaril has returned to the noble household he once served as a page, and is named the secretary tutor to the sister of the impetuous boy who is next in line to rule. And that's as much as I know and as much as I want to know before reading. Then the second readathon, Tour.comathon, was created by beautifully bookish Bethany, and there's also a bunch of other co-hosts, and it is all about reading stuff published by Tour.com. It runs from April 16th to the 22nd, so a week and a weekend, and it's at the same time as Tome Topple, so wish me luck. But that one has a group read, which is Remote Control by Nnedi Okorafor. I have already read it, but I thought I'd mention it. I have taken part in Tourathon in the past, which was run by Libby Stevenson, and I am always looking for more readathons where I can read short stuff. So I own 3 Tour.com novellas that I haven't read yet, and those are all on ebook, and I'm planning to read all of those. The first is Comfort Me with Apples by Catherine M. Valente, which is like a horror novella that I think is sort of inspired by Bluebeard. The second one is When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain by Nhi Vo, which is a fantasy novella about this traveling cleric called Chi, who belongs to this order where they record and preserve history. And this is the second book in the Singing Hills cycle. The first book in it was called Empress of Southern Fortune. And the final novel that I own that I thought I'd try to read is God's Monsters and the Lucky Peach by Kelly Robson. I've owned this time travel science fiction novella for a while, and I'm not quite sure if I'm still interested in it, but I thought I'd at least try it out and see. So apart from the novellas, I thought I'd also try to read a couple of short stories from the Tour.com website. They publish a lot of short stories there. And the first one of those is The Angel of Khan el Khalili, which is by B. Shelley Clark, and it's set in the Dead Jinn universe. And this one says, a girl visits a bazaar in Cairo seeking a favor from a mysterious angelic being. And then the other short story that I'm going to try to read is In the Cave of the Delicate Singers by Lucy Taylor. And this one says to be a horror story about a woman with a rare form of synesthesia who can feel sound waves, and the dangerous rescue mission she undertakes in a cave with a nasty past. I'm gonna try to read all of those, but if you have any recommendations of fairy tale retellings published by Tour.com, either novellas or short stories published on their website, let me know in the comments because I'd like to read more of those. So that's all for the readathons. I'm also planning to read a couple of other things in April. The first of those is Delicious in Dungeon Volume 10 by Ryoko Kui. This is my current favorite manga series. Volume 10 just came out a little while ago, and I got tired of waiting in my library to get them, so I bought this one, and it's the only one I own in physical format. So it makes no sense, but I own Volume 10. I also got Volume 9 from the library, so I can reread it and refresh my memory. Speaking of the library, I also have a library book, The Quick by Lauren Owen, which I'm almost finished with. I have about 100 pages left, and this is like a horror, gothic horror Victorian vampire novel, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna finish this, and then I also have Narja Munkki by Alexandra Dumas, which is the second part of the Finnish translation of La Dame de Monsoreau. I'm also in the middle of Soulstar by C.L. Polk. You might remember from my currently reading video, I've been reading the Kingston cycle like back to back. I paused Soulstar to finish The Quick, so I'm focusing on The Quick, but after finishing that I will go back to finishing Soulstar. And then maybe, if I have time after all of that, I would like to read Sunshine by Robin McKinley, because The Quick has put me like in a vampire mood, and this is about vampires. I think it's contemporary setting, and it has vampires, and I don't know anything else, but I'd like to get to this soon. So that was my April TBR. Let me know if you are also taking part in any of these readathons, and I will see you in my next video.